Hey y'all, welcome back to Hillbilly Garage. It's been a couple of days since we checked in, but we finally got our injector. Came in that we ordered for Henrietta here. This is actually a remanufactured Chrysler product, so I don't remember the vendor, but I don't have any sponsors or anything, but so we're going to try out a remanufactured one. Should be good to go, I would imagine. I want to kind of run you through the steps here a little bit. It's not a very difficult process. What I did though beforehand is I pulled that little green fuse out that's laying there. That is the fuel pump motor fuse. And then I started it, let it run until it ran out of fuel. That way it relieved pressure on the fuel rail, which is really only necessary if you're going to do the other side, but there would be pressure behind this injector too, so it just kind of helps cut down on the mess. Unplugged the MAP sensor, or MAF sensor, took a tube off, took the top of the air box off, took the plastic cover off to give me all good access over here. And these little connectors right here, these are for your fuel injectors. You can see back in here, I've already got these unplugged. But, like we talked before, these little red tabs, they are locking tabs. Now mine were a little bit tight, so I hit them with a little bit of penetrating oil, just to make sure they were lubricated, so I didn't break any, hopefully. Fortunately, I didn't. But, again, just like all the rest of them, put you a little bit of pressure up underneath the red part. Kind of try to control it a little bit. Little twist of my screwdriver and it helped pop it loose. And then take my clamp pliers and a little black tab down there, you push in on it and your connector will come right off. Now I did go ahead and spray them down with brake clean after, because I wanted to clean that penetrating oil off of it. Take a 13mm socket, take this little stud out. That's also where your plastic cover snaps down. And then back here in the middle, there's a little bolt, takes a 10mm socket, pull it out, and then you gently wiggle on the rail because you got O-rings down there. You don't want to go side to side, and it will pop on up. Alright, and there's what your fuel rail looks like. I also took this evap tube out of my way. It was connected right here. Now these injectors are held into the fuel rail by these little clips. Where you may encounter a little bit of fuel, whatever might be laying in the rail. With this clip, you just push on the sides and it'll slide right off. That's what it looks like. And then your injector, just kind of give it a little wiggle, a little twist. Oh, mercy.
Not wanting to come out.
There
There it goes.
And there's the fuel we were talking about.
I can't see. Oh, yeah. It's quite a bit in there coming out. Oh, yeah.
So, now if I wouldn't have bled some of the pressure off, it would have actually sprayed a little bit more. But we just want to catch that, and it looks to me like the O-ring got stuck. No, it just came off. We'll find it somewhere. But yeah, always check up inside and make sure that the O-ring didn't stay. That's weird though. Where did it go?
Was there even one? I didn't even know.
Oh, there had to have been one, or else it would have leaked like a sieve. But
Is that still attached to it though at the bottom?
right there's where it would have been. See how they are? The O-ring is
wait.
missing. So
Show those again.
obviously it popped off and went somewhere. But it's okay. We don't need it for reinstallation. Just make sure you look up in there and make sure that it didn't stay. Take you a little tiny touch of lubricant. You can use petroleum jelly, silicone grease. Now, you don't need to get crazy because this is not for sealing. That's just so that it'll go in, and hopefully if we ever would have to take it back out, it won't be stuck like that one was.
You think you should move the gas out of the way?
Well, once I get that in there to hold it, yeah. Alright, it just gently slides right back into place. Make sure it's seated. Take your little clip. It's going to slide right in. There's a groove right there that it slides right into. You know that you're set at the right depth when that groove lines up. And that the two ears that are over top of the metal lip, that's what holds that in there. And you can see we're probably going to have to be changing out some other injectors at some point. We're going to put us a little dab of lubricant on that O-ring. I already did the others. And we're going to maneuver it back down in here. Make sure we clear our hoses and our wires and everything that's in our way. Make sure none of your wires get pinched underneath. And then aim your injectors back down into their respective holes. And the plastic tabs will only let it go as far as it needs to go, right there. The injector should have a little wiggle, but have resistance. Something I tried to remember to mention is I went ahead and disconnected the battery, which it's not necessary for this particular job, but
Just to be safe.
well, it is a safety issue, but also when you completely disconnect your batteries, if you don't have a code reader, then doing that will help to clear the code on the computer. Also, your computers, they automatically adjust the way your engine runs, and obviously running on a bad injector, it wasn't running the way it's supposed to. So disconnecting the battery and letting that bleed off doesn't always happen, because it also depends on how long you do it, but help to drain the memory of your computer the way it's running, so when you fire it back up, it'll have to reset, and relearn to run closer to the way the factory set the tune. And then you just gently guide your injectors or your wires back down on your injectors.
Let me hold that for you.
No, it's too far away. My readers are messing with me. Take it down till you hear it or feel it click. Push your lock tab down. Click, click. Click, click. Click, click. There we go. Reconnect this hose for the evap. All right. And that's pretty quick and simple. It's not a very hard process. Get a few things out of the way. Like I said, I hit those little red clips with a little lubricant to help free them up, to try to keep from breaking them. A little screwdriver, a little pry, a little twist. Undo your clips and they'll slide right off. Swapping out the injector was pretty easy. Like I said, you know, we lost the O-ring, but that's okay. We had a new one. We gotta put the air box back together and hook everything back up, but that should pretty much take care of it if you need to change out an injector. We sure appreciate each and every one of you. Ask that you subscribe and like, and please throw in some comments. We're really looking forward to talking to folks. We'll see y'all next time at Hillbilly Garage. Bye.